Okay. So far, so good. Open up the phone. Why? Oh, you know what? No, that should be. There it goes. All right. Yep, it's working. Sweet. All right. So it's 100% been like quite a bit of time since I've live streamed like fully. So kind of bear with me. Let me turn off that. Am I zoomed in? Oh, I was. All right. No, it's fixed. All right. So yeah, an actual live stream, not a standby live stream, though. I have a couple pieces of paperwork that I do unfortunately have to do in a couple seconds, for, well, not a couple seconds, but a couple minutes. But once I finish those couple pieces of paperwork, I'll be able to sit down and kind of do what I need to do. So give me like 4 seconds, and then we'll actually sit down and work on something. I don't know what yet. I haven't really decided on a gun or anything like that. Yeah. So, whoa. Why is there so much stuff? Why is there so much stuff? Holy crap. Alright, we're going to start this work. This work got started at 5:51 p.m. More. Work log. New. Code 3 leak on commercial backflow. After conversing with LT of Fire Rescue, it was determined that a commercial backflow had been run over. Drove out to site, identified what was discussed. It is a commercial backflow device. Fire rescue shut off water service. Verified shut off. Worked with fire rescue to contact property manager. Property manager was unresponsive for some time. Contacted dispatch to reach out to property manager. Dispatch was unable to get in touch. After some time, Orange County was able to reach out to them to inform them that they needed a plumber to fix their backflow device. So, yeah. Headed home after property manager was made aware of their issue. All right, we're going to press OK on that. We're going to go ahead and complete this work order out. I am a little excited to actually live stream, but I did literally just get home and I just kind of thought about doing this. So, very complete this work order out. Service point, leak, customer information system, 3, back, yes, okay. And we're going to go ahead and upload that. That's going to get out of there. All right, and then we're just going to write this down real quick. But our time is 8:16. It's going to be important later, but we should be okay. All right, so that's that. We're good to go. Close out of that, and we'll go ahead and we'll shut this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the bathroom. When I get done, I'm going to change everything, and then I'll be back, and we'll actually find out what we're going to do. Hey, Christian. I'm just going to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back, and then we're actually going to work on building something on stream, which is kind of rare for us to do, but we're actually going to do it today. So, like I said, I'll be back. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to change into something that's not work attire, and then we'll go from there. I'll have my phone so I can chat as needed. Yeah, I know. Alright, guys. So. This is kind of just a little disappointing. I am going to be putting on the UCF Knights shirt. For those of you who don't know, I live in Central Florida, so this is kind of our football team, but they've been pretty, man, I can't even say bad. They've just been off their game in the second half lately, and it's been a little disappointing, should I say. So, yeah. Anyhow, that's that. I'm just going to put this phone on vibrate for right now. Set it off to the side. I'm going to set up pillows behind me. Of course I am. I got to be comfortable, right? So some life updates just momentarily while all of this is going on. Let's see if I can show you guys this, right? Some life updates while we discuss all of this. The last time I streamed was over a year ago. Officially, it was 2022, July 30th, 2022, which is actually going on almost 2 years, more like a year and a half, I should say. And it was actually for my different usernames, model 82A2, what this is claiming this is, even though it's really not. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. A lot's changed in that amount of time. And when I say a lot, I do really mean a lot. So behind me, you can see that there's a completely different background. I am in kind of a place where it did start, kind of. So if you fall back on my YouTube channel to some of my older live action videos, if you want to call them that, you might recognize parts of this room that I'm in. This is part of the childhood room that I grew up in. For a part of my childhood, not my entire childhood, but a lot of my childhood was spent in this room and the room behind me as well. This void, this doorway behind me, actually used to be a closet, and we took a wall out so that we could have access to the other bedroom on the other side of that closet. These two rooms are what me and my wife currently live out of. We had an apartment together for 3 years. I'm going to move, so you guys are going to have mic scuffling noises while I turn around and everything. We lived out of an apartment for 3 years. And while it was very pleasant to live on my own, it wasn't working financially. For those of you who don't know, Orlando is a very expensive place to live in. So we did live in downtown Orlando for 3 years. Every single year that we were there, rent was going up by $100. 1 second. Gotta remember how to mute myself. My bad, guys. Sorry, I had a phone call come in. So, um, financially, it wasn't really working out. It's not exactly the best to live in downtown Orlando on one income like we were. Um, so we stopped living in downtown Orlando on one income, and we moved. And that's put me back here where part of it began. Part of it being basically this exact room. So this room probably did look a little different in some of my older videos. The color of the walls was definitely different. There was a closet there and not just an open doorway. And the original door that you walk in isn't just a wall, because the original door we walled off, the closet we opened up, so that would give us a little bit of privacy. This is the first time that blackout curtains has ever been put in this room. Most of the time it was just kind of sheer curtains. Please don't jump up there, you're gonna get hurt. Please don't. That's crazy. We have been here for about 2 years. The last time I think I streamed, I think I was explaining to you guys that we were in the middle of moving. So here we are. And we're actually going to do something in this stream. So I'm just kind of looking at what we have right now. So for those of you who aren't familiar with this, this is Opalinists H&K MP5. Yeah, 1 year. So I kind of set it up. To be honest with you, the image of the MP5 that's been transposed on top of this is an airsoft MP5. It's not a real steel MP5. So I think that's where some of maybe the scaling issues are coming from. I think I'm not entirely sure. But I've been kind of thinking about adding a fixed stock to the MP5. Opalinists, when he built his, he used a AR style buffer tube adapter with like a 416C carbine style of stock on the back of it. I'm not the biggest fan of that look on an MP5. I kind of like the OG solid stock. So I'm somewhat thinking about maybe doing that. Yeah, might as well. I mean, might as well, right? We'll just go for it. So nice that Studio added the blueprint feature. I do really like the blueprint feature. It's one of the better features that they did add to Studio itself. And we can do it. Hey, Toaster. We're going to lock this in so that we don't click on it anymore. I like it as a feature. Something that I've been scared to do for a while now is minifig scaled fighter jets. Like, I love the YF-23, the Black Widow 2. It's like one of my favorite planes ever. I understand why the YF-22 was better than the YF-23, but the YF-23 looks way better in my opinion, because fighter jets is its own opinion of what looks good and what doesn't when it comes to fighter jets. I kind of wish that we chose the YF-23, but I know why we didn't. The YF-22 was better marginally. But I've been scared of making that in 1-to-1. Not 1-to-1. Wow, 1-to-1. Oof. Jesus. Yeah, no wonder I'd be scared of doing something like that. I've been somewhat scared of doing that in minifig scale, and part of the reason I've been scared of doing that in minifig scale is because it's hard to do something like that in 1-to-1. Yeah, I don't know why. I said it again. It's hard to do planes in minifig scale. So not only because minifigs are not exactly the most not anatomical correct things in the world. So the minifig scale is like this really weird kind of, sometimes it's like 1 in 38, and then sometimes it's like 1 in 39 or something right around there. And that can throw things off a little bit. So sometimes it's not exactly like easiest. Yeah. I forget the number. I think it's like 38 or 39. 1 to 38, 1 to 39, I think. But I'm also not like an expert on scaling minifigs or anything like that. Obviously, like that's there's a lot more talented people out there who do stuff like that than me. That is for certain. Plaque Bar is up there with something like that. Lisa is up there with doing ships, and there's a couple other people in Plaque's server specifically that are also like really good at it. This is 4 stars alive 016. I use 1 to 45 because it's roughly scaled with fig height, but it also makes the minifigs look fat. Yeah, the minifig scales just have weird proportions. I know we like beat this subject to death as a community. I say we, but I really don't take part in this side of the community. More like I just kind of exist on this side of the community. But it's truly been rough for modder builders. I don't want to, because doing like a 6 wide stock here is really not gonna work, right? I don't know. I'm gonna do something real quick. We're gonna very quickly disable that, and I'm gonna go check something really quick. I think I received something in private that I might be able to just throw on. So anyhow, the last time we talked on stream was 2 years ago, basically, about 1.5 years. And the work-wise, what's happened at work is I've since been promoted at work officially into my managerial position. Captain Pigeon, have I ever made a Lego mech? I've made 3 Lego mechs before. If you actually go back and you look at some of my very old Lego digital designer tutorials, you'll see that one of them has one of my Lego mechs in it. It's very basic. It's nothing like outstanding, but there is a Lego mech there. I need to get Discord to open so that I can get to a file that was shared to me in confidence. I just don't want to like show DMs or anything. So I did get promoted at work to my managerial position officially. along the lines of being promoted at work to a job that is managerial means I have more responsibility in everything that I do and don't do. So I unfortunately have to take like more responsibility for things, which has led to me having less time for things that I want. I don't know if I ever announced it on my channel because it's been so long and I haven't kept up with everything on my channel, but I've also gotten married. We got married February 22nd, 2022. 02/22/2022 is when we got married. So my Discord for some reason just doesn't want to open. I guess I could check on my phone if I did receive those files. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Where are you? Discord seems like it's actually opening. Discord's installing updates apparently. What am I doing? Oh yeah. So this actually might be on my server from this person. Has file? Just checking. So I don't. Yeah, I don't think so. It wasn't. It wasn't what I thought it was. All right, so I can exit out of Discord. And turn my screen back on for you guys. Display capture back on. All right, we're just gonna, for right now, we're just gonna exit out of this. That's gonna take more brain power up here, because what I don't want to do is have a 6 wide stock at its base, because then it's gonna be more like 8 or 9, where it flares out around the receiver. So my youngest cat is playing around with a pink pencil eraser. Come here. Come here. Come on. I'm not coming to you. You're coming to me. Come on. Come on. She was laying there staring at me. Belly open. She's gone back to playing with the eraser. Let's find something that we can do. I've got a couple things currently sitting on the desktop. I do have Jim's guns sitting on here. I've got another folder with actually some of Toaster's guns on here. Just kind of sitting in the background. This is 2011, the SR2M, obviously. I think this is the Smith & Wesson Model 27, but I was doing something super stupid with this beforehand. And it's froze, nice. Come on, man. Oh my gosh, it's having a rough time. It's having a really rough time. Alright, studio's gone. Hopefully that works out in its favor. So, to be honest with you guys, I think this laptop is getting old. I don't think it's capable of processing studio as well as doing streaming at the same time. Because man, yeah. LDD would barely run at the same time as streaming, so I can only imagine the strain that running studio is running on it as well. So, just so you guys are aware, I do have models currently sitting in here that I have not done any types of videos for yet. So I've got all of these. Come to find out, I don't know if you can do this on Windows or not, because I haven't messed with Windows as much as I've messed around on, obviously, my Mac. You can change the icons of folders into pictures, and that's really neat because basically now at a glance, instead of having to read some of these, and some of these are incredibly long titles, like here, ACR Mark II Extended Handguard Complete Version 1. Like, instead of having to read that, I can just change the icon and I can kind of look for what I need immediately. So there's quite a few different models in here for 2022 that I need to make videos for. So if you've read the title of the folder, you already know what this is. This is 2022 models without any videos. So there's quite a few of them. Some of these are 2023 models as well. All three of these off the top of my head are from 2023. This is from 2023. All three of these are from 2023. These two are from 2023. So some of these are also mixed in from 2023. Toaster's guns are here in this folder. One of these is not his though. I think the alien is not his. You might have, but you might have done it in DMs. I don't think you did it openly, like everything else was. So apparently Studio has a new update. That's kind of nice. Let's see if we can find something off the top of our heads that's relatively simple to build, that we can kind of start to build. You know, let's scroll through Forgotten Weapons, right? Forgotten Weapons has weird, kind of interesting stuff on it. Maybe they'll have something. Let's see what we can find. Woo! Sorry. What do we want to build? We feel like dealing with a pistol. Feel like crying. You know, so I did see a pretty neat 300 blackout scar today in a YouTube short by a guy who just yells at the camera all the time. Apparently it's the only one of its kind in the world. It's kind of neat. Now, what are we looking for? What do we want to build tonight? I feel like this happens a lot, right? To a lot of gun builders in the community as well. Like, there's so much different guns out there to build. And then when you have a catalog as big as mine, at some point you just kind of get like stuck almost, where you're just like, I don't know what to build next. So you're just kind of here. M320? Isn't the M320 the name actually? Yeah, for the HK. So I do need to bring one. I've closed out of Discord, but we should be able to reopen it because the update should be applied already. We could do something from Caltech. So if we come into my server real quick right here, right? Scroll down to this channel here that I think only I have access to. Usernames of them. That's kind of neat. I just, there's like a stream remote for Discord, so I was taking a look at it. It seems that the usernames are truncated. There was a couple things in here. Going back to the G36, the HK stuff. I got a lot of HK MP5 stuff in here.
That's what I see.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. pretty sure here's the M320 here on this G36. This G36 is their final upgraded version of the G36, I believe, where it's got the newly designed stock on it, the newly designed handguard for it. I think that's like the only thing that they ended up replacing on it with the newer style of stuff. Obviously, the MG36 on here from Modern Warfare 3 is here. This is an airsoft version. This is also an airsoft version, but this one's got a SCAR style stock on it. I've got a few more G36s on here. Here's that same updated G36, but this one's in all FDE. Here's one weird G36. This is actually, I'm pretty sure this is from H&K's website itself. This is the HK 237, and it's got this kind of weird collapsing stock that's like bolted onto it. Like, this is super weird. I didn't expect to see one of these from HK. This is like lesser known, but it is an actual product that they sell. And then it's got a really short handguard on it, but I really liked it. Still have a couple more MTS 255 models on here. This really weird AK that is bullpup with the stock folded, and then not bullpup with the stock unfolded. This is an evolution of M16s. So here's the original kind of light machine gun version of the M16 that they were going for, and then the barrels ended up not being good enough for sustained rates of fire, so it got a thicker barrel in this next one up. And then Colt actually designed a LMG, and that's what you're looking at here, where it's got a carry handle which sticks up here. It got a foregrip mounted onto it permanently, and then the bipod and heavier barrel. And then this up here is supposedly the M27 IAR, but I've never seen an M27 IAR with this particular handguard on it. It's this particular handguard here that I kind of wanted to build for AR-15s. Here's a weird looking XM8. I've never seen an XM8 like this before, with more of a flat top rail to it instead of the curved arc with the integrated red dot to it. Here's a folding bullpup SVD. This one was crazy. This is actually one that came from Cursed Guns on Reddit, which is surprising, but this is an actual experiment that they had. I think I'm pretty sure I've done most of Barrett's catalogs for firearms at this point, except this one in particular. But I mean, Barrett firearms are kind of all the same. And then the Rec 7 I haven't done either, but the Rec 7 is just a piston AR with a pretty intricately designed handguard on it. I do have the SnipeX Alligator on here, which is the 14mm anti-material rifle issued by SnipeX in Ukraine. I've built one of these before. I've built the T-Rex, but here's its bigger semi-auto brother. I've always wanted to build this particular stock for the SVD. It's just really good looking as a stock. I've got an M-Lock handguard. I've got a... I don't think I have an M4 adapter for pistol grips. I might, but I'm not entirely sure. But this has always interested me as being really neat looking, so I've kind of always wanted to build this into a custom SVD. So going back down the other way, this one would be a pretty quick and easy one. This is just an integrally suppressed pump action shotgun. There's a couple of companies out there that make these barrels with the integrally suppressed suppressor on Some of this is by Love Fyaro. I'm not even going to begin to try to pronounce their name. They've actually changed their name recently, but this all comes from DeviantArt. A lot of this is like gun line art that they've done. Some of it's just like really neat to me. So here's a P90 that's like somewhat been chopped. Like, you know, it's got the undermounted rail, the tri-rail up top. So no foregrip here, a little bit of a cut down here. So obviously we have their AR-57 version of that. This is a pretty simple, almost a direct copy of the RFB. I haven't kept up with their lore behind most of this, but there's lore posts about all of their designs for these. Here's just a pretty simple AR-15. Here's another AR-57. Here's another AR-57. I like AR-57s in case you haven't noticed. Here's an L86 clone, AR-15. These two kind of P90 designs here, they're energy based, so these are pretty neat looking. I really like both of these in terms of designs. Here's a more modern Colt ACR. This is one of the guns that went into the Advanced Combat Rifle program that shot 2 bullets per casing instead of 1 in an attempt to increase accuracy. So Macmillan Tech 50. I asked a long time ago which 50 BMG I should build. So I built a really intricate looking slap round before Scott's accident. And I asked, you know, all right, now that I've got the slap round, like what should I build that can chamber it? And one of them was the Macmillan Tech 50 that was suggested to me. So I've thrown it on here as something to build in the future, but I don't know when that's going to happen. MG36, we talked about these. I've got a couple more P90s down here. I don't remember where this came from. I think it's Starship Troopers, but I'm not entirely sure. If it's not Starship, then it might be Battlestar Galactica. But it's got a pretty interesting design to it. I love this suppressor that's up here. I think my different usernames built this suppressor before. So it was neat looking. Same thing with this P90. You can see down here it's got Pimp My Gun vibes all over it. And then they took and they 3D modeled it out into a fully fleshed out 3D concept. I've actually built this one before, but I built it on the old style P90 that I have and not the new one. Saw this. This is pretty neat. This is just like it's kind of similar to the Keltec P50. I think it's a pistol with the P90 magazine on top, 5.7x28. Here's HK's. This is another product by HK. This is kind of similar to the 237, where it's a little weird. It's got this handguard design to it, and the newer style stock. And then it's got the AR magazine lower attached to it as well. I have a couple Korth revolvers in here. They just look really good. Korth revolvers are pretty nice. And then this one is a screenshot grabbed from Garantham's video on revolver. I have a ton of Scar PDW builds. Not PDW, but Scar builds, like just in general. So here's a Scar L bullpup conversion. Here's 2 Scar H bullpup conversions. I believe that this one here is real steel. And then this one here is an airsoft one. Here's another airsoft Scar H Mark 20 SSR. This is the Scar Pro with the integral suppressor on it. I've built this before, but as a Mark 20 version. I do plan on rebuilding this sometime soon. Maybe I can do that this stream, because it is just a Scar L. Yeah, let's do that this stream. Let's just real quick open this up in the browser and throw. Here, 1 second. going to field service. I'm not sending anyone out there. It's not my fucking fault. Pick up the phone next time. Yeah. Hi, Allie. Sorry I didn't see you earlier. I've got 5 million different things going on. So I'm on standby this week, but so as previously discussed at the beginning of the stream, officially I've been promoted to my managerial position in my utility, and since I've been promoted officially to that managerial position, it requires that I take emergency standby. So if there's calls that come in after hours, I'm basically responsible for making sure that they are taken care of. Whatever that means, essentially. Basically, I'm calling customers, figuring out what's going on, getting field staff out there to take a look at things that are wrong. If it's something major, I'm the one going out there to take a look at it. When it is something major, I'm the one who's calling the crew in afterwards to come look at it. So, just kind of taking a look at this, so we can kind of see the shell ejection port here, which means the barrel's kind of lined up in line with that. And if we just draw a straight line between these two out, you can see that this suppressor's kind of offset on this just a little bit. That kind of sucks, but we're just going to try what we can do. I'm going to move this up. There should be a Yeah, there is a hole right there.
Do cats have belly buttons?
I don't know. Alright, we're just going to take the... We're going to extend this out here, this bottom rail part. We'll just do... So that's 43 studs long right there. I don't think we're going to do 43 in total. Let's just grab this. How long is this? This is 23 total. We'll grab it. We'll duplicate it. Set this off to the side. I'm going to make it blue. That. Then we're going to take and drag. First of all, let's turn collision on. Help me out. Okay, that there. Grab this. There was objection. So if you, I mean, I've been doing this a while. Channel's been active since like 2000. I think it was earlier than that. I don't remember. But I've been doing this a while. 20 is what was there. Let's take in. Yeah, it's definitely been a long time. I've been doing this. Yeah. Oof. I started sorry. Yeah, so while we're on this subject, I'm gonna like open another thing that's gonna just absolutely destroy this computer. But I did. Is it in here? No, it's not. In here. No, it's not. Okay, and then it's definitely in this one. There it is. So this is my most recent one. This is going to look really familiar to a lot of people. But this is based off of my original custom red gunship from the very beginning of the channel, which, fun fact...
Yeah, but you want me to grab it?
No. Is currently sitting on top of the shelf over there. So I still have the original one sitting on that shelf. It's virtually untouched since my last physical build video of that. And then I took that whole thing and I built it into this, which is like where I would really like for it to be. I would love to find all the parts to do this to that. This one is pretty fleshed out with a lot of the interior design on it. It just has an overall look to it, and the red is very striking. When I built that, I built it out of red because red was everything that I had in terms of the slopes and whatnot, but that red really works for some reason. So this is my most recent one. This is I've definitely come a long ways with shipbuilding in general. So this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier with everything. The wedges on the wings to angle like that. I have to open it again. I'm gonna have to look at it. Keep in mind that I built this a while back. It's been a few years since I've done this. So the wedge plates like this are not at any angle. These are like these all here are standard. This is at an angle based off this hinge that you can see right here. And then this here is where the angle starts for all of these slope pieces here, these bow slopes, because there's bow slopes on the other side too. You can kind of see them on this side of the wing. These are bow slopes both ways. It starts here, and I used the hinge plate that can only move 180 degrees. I used one of those up here in this section of the wing. And then I just, when I built out the wing, I just set the angle that matched these plates up here and then laid it down, basically. So that was it. Just not hard to do. If you look at the first ARC 170 Starfighter that Lego officially released, you'll see that when they did the nose of it, they did a very similar technique where they had the fuselage be X amount of studs, and then to get it to go down to 2 up front at the angle that they wanted, they used 2 of those to angle the fuselage together, and then where it joined at the nose, they used 2 more to get it to straighten back out. So a pretty similar technique to that to get it done. So we're just going to go with that for how long we want this to be. It doesn't have to be like... Perfect. so we're going to go ahead and take and plop down some cylinder pieces here. I've been thinking, no, it's okay. The fuselage is like the main body itself, right? So like if you're looking at a regular airliner, the like planes that most people fly on, commercial planes, you've got the nose of the aircraft, which is like the very front. You've got the tail of the aircraft, which is the back, where you get to the vertical stabilizer and horizontal stabilizers. Then you get to your wings, which are your wings with your ailerons, flaps, and everything on it. And then everything in between is your fuselage. Some people might call it the body of the aircraft. So, okay, that was weird. Just that there, and then this does stick out like just at here. So what we're going to do is find a brick round. Find these things. Ooh, it should have an offset barrel, right? You can't see what it looks like here, but it should definitely be offset. Should be down here. How do I want to? No, we're just gonna ignore it. We're just gonna put it where we want to put it. So it should be. It's poking out, but it's not poking out like a super large amount. We'll do plate round. We'll do the flat plate. That's 4x4 with the circle cut out in it. And then we'll do the tile round. Yeah, no problem. Thanks. Appreciate it, Jackson. Hope you have a good day too, man. Wish you the best. Hope everything works out. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I can catch you in a stream again. I feel like we've gone like super long on this. Could probably just take in this second section that I built here. We can probably just delete out. Put this up just a bit and grab this. See here. That'll be that. All right. So now we've got that set up. We kind of want to start this curve. What we can do. Well, while we're here, this and this and this black. We can use bow slopes to kind of set this curve in place through here. And then we, in conjunction with hinges, we can get it pretty flat looking. So if we go hinge and we find my favorite hinge, Stonehenge, and use these here, and then use these here. Why not that much? Five-ish. So you can see that it cuts into this rail just a bit. So I think that's okay. Let's find slope curved. Let's find the 1/3 slope. This one. Right. So I was about to say, I've got collision on, so obviously these two pieces are going to collide with one another, but for a second it didn't seem like it was going to do that, and then it did. So we might need what?
What's the resource?
What are you talking about?
Why find the resource here? Wait, how do I find the context? Do you know? No.
This is why I hate Studio. Like, come on, man. Throw this right here. And then it does that. So that's a pretty smooth transition there. And while this only cuts into this like little bit there, I like how smooth of a transition that is, so I think we're going to leave it for now. And let's accept that as a not colliding. All right. So then I'm going to do delete out this here. And this 16. Yeah, we're just going to do that. Replace this. So that sets up the top. And since these are on the same three, should be able to grab this button and flip it over. Okay, let's take and throw that back in. Let's take this hinge tool. We're hinging not that, so just this part. Let's back this up 2, right? So that'll be that. And then that cuts into our rail just a bit, but not as drastic as it used to be. Now essentially what we're going to end up doing is taking this section and pasting it further down. So if we grab this, let's do it like this instead. It's just a bright light orange this. Now, what we should be able to do is use the by color tool to grab this, and C this, Command V this, and we're going to place this every other. And there's going to be a very good reason why we're going every other, right? So far so good, no. Why that? What? Come on. Yeah, I heard you. So it's not claiming collision on some of these, but it's claiming collisions on other parts of these. So yeah, just claim collision on that. We're gonna just turn that off. It's going to be that. That'll set up the round parts of that. And then so it's still going to stick out a bit there, which doesn't look too good because this kind of curves pretty harshly here, which means we should, if we where we currently have this set up. If I delete this out, great. I'm going to place this here. That'll work, right? That'll kind of complete all of that out. Alright, so with that said, for right now, we're going to drop this rail off and leave it as a flat top. Okay, so I'm going to come back, grab this, you can see with it already turned, so we don't have to keep flipping it. Back in. Alright, so then the other one, we're going to click on this. We're actually going to do by type and color. Click on this, and then we're going to say replace all. What the heck is going on here? Okay, so one of these worked, one of these didn't. So that's another really neat feature about Studio, is being able to replace all of those at once with two wide versions. So same thing, this top one didn't work. But just being able to do something like that really quick saved a lot of time. So we were able to get rid of all of that. Actually, so last one here, we'll delete out. So we can leave that connected for this top one and press delete. Delete that out, and then that'll be that. Okay. All right. So now what we'll do is we'll come across the top of this with some slopes to finish off this part of the handguard. I'm going to offset this by 1 so that when we get to this seam down here of the 12 plates, it overlaps, it usually should. Same thing with this 16 and this 4th. And then for right now, we're just going to let that run out. like so. This is gonna put the rail system back in place. It's gonna look a little weird and everything, but it'll be fine. That'll be that. And we gotta get these holes cut into it. So what we can do is, this is more like a 1 here. And then because we have these plates underneath it, we can actually delete these out and replace them with plates like this. Because then we have like this section here is going to be like a 2, so this would go like here-ish. And then we can grab cheese slope, I believe. Place that in there, like so. And then to kind of get this here, actually delete these out. I don't need them. Delete this out. C. Place this there. Grab the plate. Here. Grab the tile. Place here. And that'll be our first hole. And we'll mirror this on bottom as we go. Which should be relatively easy to do using Studio. The same thing. We can take and delete these out. We can grab this piece and delete it out. This piece and copy it on over. This is 6, okay. Same thing, this looks like a 2. We'll drag this 2 over. Grab that, delete it. There we go. Four. If this is 2, then this is going to be a 3. this out. Replace it with a 4. This out. Replace it with a 4. File, save as. Save that to the desktop so we don't lose everything. We got a little bit more room to go here. So we're going to take in, we're going to leave this 2, delete this 2 out. And basically grab this and place it here. Oops, didn't do that. Delete that out. And then it looks like there's basically another 2 at the end of this. So that kind of sets us up there. What we need. We can take and we can delete that, and we can actually replace it with a 6. Place this in there. And that'll be that. And we'll take and we'll expand this out as we need to kind of fill in these gaps. I think what I'm going to end up doing is rectifying a mistake that we made earlier. Not that connected. I type in color. I type in color. Click here. We're going to hit L. Click there. Up. L. This button. L. This button. L. Add that as well. So if we take and just casually remove literally everything down here. And then how am I going to do this? Let's grab all of this, hide all of that. So none of that gets deleted. Zoom in here. Grab everything here and press delete. And then we're going to hide this very end one that we need. Press delete. Take that out. Okay. So with that gone, press show all again. So there's a couple things hidden that we need. So just real quick, I'll type in color. We're going to change this to bright green. Bright green. Sort by color. L, L. Do is grab all of this right here. We're going to press C. We'll bring it over here to the side. Okay. So what I need there isn't any of this. The only thing I need is this itself. So if we take this whole thing here and we copy it and we turn it this direction, it should match with this one here. Now, the problem with this is that this technically needs to be here. We're just going to make it go there and pretend like we don't see it. Okay, so that one goes there. Now then, I think we can't just flip this over. So what we have to do is press this button, and then we can just flip it over. This out of my way. This out of my way. This, and we should be able to just grab all of this. Place this here. Yep, perfect. And the same thing, we'll grab a little of this, copy in there, everything that gets thrown out, we'll grab and flip over for this side. Yep. We'll be doing the same thing. We'll come in and we'll grab we'll delete this now. Should be able to show this. Okay. And then Alright. And then we should be able to take in, basically find something to fill in this gap here up until this point. So the whole point of being able to have this line down the middle was to get this. I'm not going to go for these circle indents here. It kind of looks like maybe like a key mod type thing like this, but I'm not going to try to do that. Once we find out a way to get this middle line in here, we should be able to get that rail section in place as well. Fill in this gap here. This gap here. Here. Alright, so what's the easiest way? I'm going to hide this for right now. I'm going to come in from the top. So kind of behind this, we have room to place ball valve. Ball valve is going to be plate modified, I think. Okay. We can do this here, right? And then, isn't there a brick modified that's like round on one side with a, or is it in brick round? Right here, this thing. Now all we got to do is make sure that this stud that we attach these plates to should go right in between everything. Crap. Collision's back on. Can I use this up at all? It doesn't look like I can. So delete that out and let's replace it. Oh, I can't put this in here anyways because this is where the hole's supposed to be. That's hitting something. Scrub that out, pull it out. Alright, so the solid piece is going to start between these two right here. So let's just start it up here. Make this easier. Leave that out because I don't think that's going to work. So far, so good. What?
How do I do a command?
For what?
For blue.
I don't know. That surprisingly worked. It doesn't seem to be crashing anything. Hey, black brick ops. Okay, so now that that's in, we should now need to turn everything around. So the best thing to do to turn something around in a wood stud wide space, these old style hinges, like so. And then while we have this, what we're going to do, slide in here, grab this piece facing down, bar piece, and this piece, and this piece. And press copy and mirror, grab this, flip this on around, and drag this on right there. And I'll save us that. So it's weird that this is colliding up here, but then the rest of this stuff is perfectly fine, so I don't know why it's doing that. For right now, we're just going to turn collision off. Alright, so I want this to end right about here. So this is 1 and 3 makes 4. This 2 will make 6. These 2 will make 8. And then this will make 11. So what we can do is grab a 1x12 plate and just slide it forward up to there. Instead of 1x12, let's do a 1x8 backwards. Plain tile. A 1x4 forwards. And do the forbidden here. Just slightly move that piece ever so slightly backwards. Hopefully to get it to unsnap, just like that. We can kind of split the difference between there and there. Grab this and just slide it there. I'll do that. Grab a 1x1 plate. Kind of throw that in there to close that gap up a little bit. Even though we've already done way more than enough to close that gap up. 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to drag this on over until we see that, and drag it back. Grab this. Drag it back. Hmm? Yeah, I know. I already said hi. And for the rail system, I'm going to come back here. Actually, we're just going to have to build another rail system. Just going to go with blue. Place this here. And the 1x3. That'll put it slightly above this rail. This is slightly above this rail. So it does seem like this is on a shortened receiver of this car, but kind of like the one division, so I'm just going to leave it. Yeah, I don't have an ACOG that I could throw on this. I wish the suppressor was bigger, but that's pretty much it. This one's definitely thinner, but to get the rounded effects, pretty much what we had to do. So we're going to leave it for now. We're going to go ahead and press Command Save. It's going to save our work in progress model. Grab this, make that black. Come here, grab this, make this black. And then I think we should do I'm good with that. Just like that. We'll do this here in black. Just like so. Grab this. This one in gold. Right. So we kind of have to do the gold here because of the whole, this piece here. So what I'm thinking of is we just go ahead and
Look at me like that. You have to see this.
black, select the color, like that, this color. Just make that an extension of the font. guys.